Up and New York Giants. Here we are in New Jersey. I know, stop tweeting. We get it. It's New Jersey. I don't care. This is a team that has legacy in pass rushers. That's why I want to talk to Kayvon Thibodeaux. I want to know what's it like with Brian Burns. What does it do to the defense? I have a sneaking suspicion he'll say that it balances it out. Also, what's the identity of this team? There's a hole right here the size of Saquon Barkley. We've got motor Devin Singletary wearing that same jersey. What's his impact going to be? Who are the vocal leaders now with that departure that they get to face twice a year? Who else do I want to talk to? I saw Brian Dable, or what's left of him, running around out here. Well, hopefully we grab him. Joe Shane, thank you for the invite. Thanks to the Giants, of course, for having us. Malik Nabers is here. He's the big story, making unreal circus catches all throughout training camp, but didn't get a single target his way in the first preseason game. Daniel Jones, of course, going to play against the Texans, so we've got a lot of questions about his usage and what he wants out of his debut after 9 months of rehabbing with the squad. So that's kind of it. We got planes overhead. It's, not a really exciting background, but we'll try to do better next time. Okay, I'm sitting here with Malik Nabers, 3 seconds out of practice. He ran up here, but you were intercepted by a young Malik Nabers LSU throwback jersey, and it was Brian Dable's son rocking that. What is that like? What is that like?
It's so real, to come out here, to still have my jersey being worn, especially by my head coach's son. It shows how much I impact the kids, impact the youth. So to see that, is inspirational.
This is a marquee organization. The Giants are celebrating their 100th year as an NFL team. There's so much history here. Yeah. Have you felt the sense of belonging that rookies are longing to feel?
For sure. When I come out here every day, fans screaming my name. After practice, going up to the kids, them screaming my names. I'm so happy to see me, so happy for me to come up to them and actually see me in person. So, it's so real being out here.
I love that. There's insane highlights with these grabs that you're making. Congratulations. I don't even know if you're going to have your welcome to the NFL moment because you're crushing it. I've seen you with the bowling. I've seen you with the Morgan Wallen on TikTok stuff. You're good at everything, seemingly. Is there anything you're bad at, Malik Nabers?
I'll probably say ping pong. I'm working on it though. We be playing ping pong in the locker room.
Yeah?
I gotta get up on ping pong. So I'm trying to get good at that. That's the only thing I'm bad at though.
Give me the power rankings. Who's the leader in the clubhouse right now?
The leader right now in the receiver room is Slay.
Yeah.
Then it's Hyatt. Then Gunner. I'm all the way at the bottom because I just started 2 weeks ago. But wait up, I got my own ping pong table coming in, so I'm gonna be practicing.
I bet you are. I saw you down in Frisco, Texas, just putting in the work. It was 197 degrees out there, and I could barely talk, and you were out there running routes trying to work on your game. It's translated to the practice field, and then I'm like getting my popcorn and my Mike and Ike's, and I'm sitting watching this preseason action. You didn't get one look your way. No targets. What, are they trying to keep you a secret?
You could say that, just to get me out there in an NFL game situation, but that's how things are gonna go sometimes. They might have 3 other people running 4. Sometimes 5 receivers running routes. You can't get the ball every time, but as long as I can put wins on tape, that's really it.
You have lots on tape here between you and Daniel Jones. I hear he's getting some starting reps in the second preseason game, so I feel like he's going to feed you. I think every target might be going your way. What is the secret? Not the secret, but what went into the chemistry that you clearly have with him already?
I just, put a lot of confidence in him. I told him, every ball don't got to be a great ball. Just put it around me. I'm good of enough player to, adjust my body or go get the ball. Wherever it's at, just put the ball around me. I'm going to make this spectacular catch. That
Malik Nabers LSU jersey just makes me think of several years ago when it was the Odell Beckham Jr. LSU jerseys that everyone was wearing out here at practice. The comparisons have always been there for you, and they sort of follow you here. What is that like?
Bro, it's so real because, I'll probably say 9-10 years ago when I was, young, when I was a kid, I was watching him, come out here in preseason, making those catches, doing the spectacular things that he was doing when he came into the league. And for me to be right here at the same spot that he was at, able to impact so many people, it's so real. It shows, how hard work and dedication actually pays off.
Does he reach out to you? Have you had any communication from Odell? What's the relationship?
It's a pretty good relationship.
Good.
He reached out. a couple of times just to make sure, my head was on straight. Time to go get it now. I'm here now. He actually sent me a text message when I was like 12, 11 years old. I had sent him a text message.
What?
I sent him a text message. I was like, my hands too big to fit gloves because they only would put so many gloves in the academy, but I couldn't fit them because my hands was too big. So I reached out to him because I heard he had big hands. And I was like, bro, I need some gloves, this and that. But I was a young kid with like
How did you have Odell's phone number when you were 11?
No, I had texted him on Instagram.
Oh, okay. You DM'd him. Got
I
it.
did him. And then
and
after
he wrote
that,
back?
Nah. On the draft he did. He was like, looks like you don't need those gloves no more. He was like, you here now. So that was a surreal moment that I had with Odell.
That is amazing. And now you're here with Daniel Jones. We have this issue with your jersey. Okay, you're wearing this. It's number 9, right? Now this is not your jersey number. It can't be because Graham Gano, right, wears this number. He offered to sell it to you. You said, nah. Giants fans need to know what the jersey number is going to be.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. We still trying to. I'm still thinking it through. Still trying to see what's jersey number.
You're
that
lying.
Look good
There's
on
no
me.
way you don't know.
Nah, I don't
You wore
know.
8 at LSU. Daniel Jones has that. You wore 13 in high school. Jalen Hyatt has that. We do our jersey research here on the program. His Twitter handle still has 13 in it. Maybe you make a deal with Hyatt. How's that going?
Nah, no deal with Hyatt. I know Hyatt number is 11, but that number's retired. So, like I said, it's no numbers that I got in mind yet, but I'm sure it's going to come to a closing sooner or later.
I mean, I just hope you don't have to play a game of ping pong for it because I just don't feel like you.
Yeah, I ain't going to win that game with Hyatt. I ain't going to win that game.
Deontay Banks, last year's big high-priced pick. You and him are iron sharpens iron out there. What has he taught you that has made you better already?
I wouldn't say it's really iron versus iron. I would say it's, greatness versus greatness. Every time me and him on the field, he wants to be the best. I want to be the best for sure. Me and him watch film together, or we talk about reps after practice. So just to better me in his game, if I can give him a look every day going hard at practice, and I know he's going to give me the same because he's going to give me the reps I need to go, against the defenders that I'm going to face in, all through the weeks. But to have him as, a friend and also a competitor, is only boosting my confidence. It's
not like, you're a rookie, but it's not like you haven't faced the top competition at corner your entire career. You against Stingley, you against Terry and Arnold. Where does Banks stack up as far as corners go?
I don't have him, ranked anywhere, but he's a high profile player, a good DB. He wants to be the best at what he does. His work ethic is tremendous. As long as me and him keep going, going against each other, sky's the limit for him for sure.
I was with the Commanders. Obviously, it's a rival for you now, but Jaden had his debut yesterday.
Yeah.
He's like, they're trying to keep him a secret. Everyone's like, no, he's good, he's fine. And then I'm watching him out there, like, my jaw is on the ground. He made his debut yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like a thing of beauty. What did you make of those highlights? I know you saw him.
I did. He had, he called me. I really didn't know he was playing, but he called me. He was like, why you ain't come to my game? I was like, I really didn't know you was playing, but, I got to watch it. It's what I expected from him. I expect more out of him because I know what he can do. I know what he's capable of, but he's just scratching the surface. I have nothing but, no doubt in my mind that he's going to be the Jaden that, everybody thinks he's going to be. He's a tremendous athlete, a great leader, a great player, and a best friend of me. So, sky's the limit for him for sure. He
goes out there and does his thing. You go out there. You didn't get a target, but I was watching the whole thing, and you were open quite a lot. What does that do to you as a player?
It just, again, boosts confidence, shows my coaches that, I can get open. So, as long as like I said, to put wins on tape, it shows that, Malik is always, I guess, going to be open. We can throw him the ball at any point of the game. But, it's plays to be made all over the field, whether I don't get the ball, whether I make the huge blocks down the field for my running backs. That's all that cares. It's a team effort sport.
My goodness. You are a quarterback's dream. I feel like just the way you're talking, your humility, you sort of understanding that the ball will come to you eventually. I think it's great. You have Jaden week 2. You're saying you're best friends with him. That can't be right. Who's talking more trash? When does this friendship end? How does it go during the season? Tell me.
The day we meet, he said we not talking pregame. He said we just gonna stay on our sides, and I like that. It's all smoke when it comes to that game, but You know, he trash talk all the time. You know, he calls me almost every day and be like, you know, we gonna beat y'all. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. But you know, we two coming. I'm gonna set it straight.
Wow, I can't wait to see that. Daniel Jones to you up against Jaden in week 2. And I will say this last one. I saw a clip of you this spring, and you said, quote, quarterback in a receiver's body, okay? That you could sling the ball all over the place. Have you worked with Dable, who clearly wanted you in the building? He, welcomed you to my show up here.
Yeah.
He talked about it on Hard Knocks. He wanted you. Have you talked to him about drawing up some trick plays?
No, not yet, but I'm sure, you know, I didn't see a couple clips where he didn't, you know, did some trick plays but he never really discussed it with me any yet.
We need a while. Yeah, everybody say hi to Malik Nabers. Let's go!
Thank you.
Don't you want to see him in a wild? Don't you want to see him in a Wildcat package? Wildcat package!
Yeah.
He'll be back with his quarterback. We're having so much fun here at Giants Camp. Nice to meet you. Go
Thank
get
you.
him, Malik. Here with the quarterback of the New York Giants, good friend of mine, Daniel Jones, a.k.a. the only person I do believe in Hard Knocks history to avoid, elude, and just completely not be on camera almost at all. How did you do that?
Well, I think it was mostly like a management personnel thing, so there wasn't a whole lot of player involvement, but yeah, I was good with not being on there.
That is absolute bullshit. People are injured, they send them to your home, they come and find you. These cameras are everywhere. How are you not on camera?
Off season though, off season Hard Knocks, not quite the same, but I wasn't mad about it.
You were mad about it. Okay, we have to talk about the beard. It's the only thing. I'm like, you want to talk about the offensive line? No, the beard. Is this like a Teen Wolf thing where you have it and there's some sort of supernatural edge to it?
There's nothing different about the beard. I think it was just kind of a training camp thing. We'll see how long it lasts. It's here for now, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions about it, a lot of people talking about it, so we'll see. I'll see how long it lasts.
Why do you think that is? Why do people care?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's something to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked me about it, but
well, that's because I was tasked with making you keep the beard with any influence that I might have.
Dayball's a big fan of the beard. He's he was pushing the beard in the spring, and then I cleaned it up a little bit, and then training camp I've tried it again, so we'll see what happens.
What do you make of this Pilates Dayball?
Yeah,
I see the physical changes. Let me ask you this: have you noticed, some sort of Zen, more woo-saw Dayball at post Pilates?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, he's the same. I mean, he's his competitive, fiery self, and it's fun to work with. So, yeah, going to Pilates, he's in good shape and looking good. But yeah, it's been good so far this training camp.
I think people are obsessed with the beard because it appears something clicks. It adds a little bit of edge to you. These joint practices you guys just had, you're getting into it. It means everything to the players. Why do you think that's such a big story? Was it even a thought in your head to get involved?
I think it was just kind of the way the situation presented itself. I certainly didn't plan on getting involved in that. I think as a quarterback, you generally don't want to. But, yeah, I mean, it was a situation right in front of me where I felt like I needed to stick up for my guy. And we went at it for those couple of days with Detroit and got some good work in. I think, would have liked to limit the fighting a little bit here and there. But it was competitive and got some good work in.
Are we keeping the beard?
I don't know yet. I can't commit yet. We'll see what happens.
What does that mean? You're trying to create more of a story? We're going to keep this thing going?
I don't know. I mean, it's here for now. We're still in training camp, so we'll see where it goes.
You're getting preseason action, I heard. I'm excited about that. Malik had 0 targets. You guys are crushing it at camp. There's highlight reels up galore. Are you just going to give him the ball every play to make up for that?
We'll see. I mean, I think, certainly try to give him the ball when we can, and he's been a big part of what we do, what we've done this preseason, made a lot of plays. So, yeah, it'll be good to get out there and get some live reps.
What makes you excited about him?
He makes a lot of plays. He goes up and gets the ball, can get open, can run any route, fast, strong. I mean, everything you want in a receiver. So got to continue to work and build that chemistry, but he's made a ton of plays.
What's the best part of Dayball calling plays?
I think, I think that kind of whole offensive staff has done a good job working together and kind of building what we're doing and what we've done so far in training camp. I think we're still figuring that out. I think that's what training camp's for, is you're trying a bunch of stuff and see what you're best at, see what you're going to major in, and then, what you're not going to do as much. So I think, Daboll's got a good feel for that, and I think that whole group has a good feel.
Is the best part about Brian Daboll now calling plays that you no longer have to lie about Brian Daboll calling plays?
Well, I think, like I said, the offensive staff and that group has done a good job working together, and I think, they all kind of lean on each other.
You got your contract. You're settled there. You've won a freaking playoff game, and people forget, they act like they never freaking happened. It happened like a year ago. What do you have to prove?
Well, I think every year is a new year, and we all feel like there's a lot to prove every chance you get to step on the field, and every season. So, my focus is on winning football games, playing good football consistently, and setting up this team. Put us in a good position every week. So I'm excited. I'm confident. I think we got a good group of guys, and I'm excited about what we got.
But do you feel like you have something to prove? Is there something when you look in the mirror every morning, being as competitive as you are, not playing for 9 months? What do you say? This is what's driving me. This is what I want to show the world.
Just to win. I think winning football games. That's what it's about. That's what we're all about here, and that's what we're focused on. So we're a competitive group, confident group, and I think we all feel like we have something to prove.
Joe Shane came on my show a couple of weeks ago, and I really loved something that he said. He said, Patrick Mahomes couldn't have success behind the offensive line that you had. He said that, and I thought that is such a cool thing to say, sort of pumping you up, saying that's, there's nothing that really more that you could have done than you have done, than, of course, the injury. What has the support been like from Joe and Brian, who just seem to have the best vibe going on right now?
Well, I think, for one, just speaking on that, I think the injuries were tough last year. We got banged up early, and certainly no excuse. Every team deals with injuries, so we gotta find a way to be successful regardless. And it's been good. I think I'm excited about the group we got, and kind of the whole way this is going. So still a lot of work to do, but it's been fun working with Daves and Joe and everybody.
Are you underselling you and Malik's chemistry?
We're building it. We're still building the chemistry, and some times that I can help out, but he's made a lot of big time plays, and we'll see. We got to do it on the field.
He's a Morgan Wallen guy.
You're a Morgan Wallen guy.
You're a Zach Bryan guy.
I'm a Morgan Wallen guy too.
Are you? I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about So you like both.
Yeah, I like country music.
Trying to find some drama here for Giants fans. Okay, what did I say? 9 months. Daboll says today's the plan for you to play against the Texans. When you think about that, where does your head go? Like, with the amount of time you've missed, the rehab, and now you get to go out there and let it rip a little bit.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think I feel ready. I feel prepared. I've had a good rehab process and feel like I've, set myself up to play well, and excited to get out there, get some live action, feel the, just kind of go through a game and operate in a real life situation.
Singletary, I saw him out there. Love motor,
yeah.
Huge feet to fill. He's wearing 26. It's sort of wild to watch. What do I need to know about him as we approach this year with all of that on his shoulders?
Yeah, he's just a great pro in every sense of what being a pro is. I think, handles his business, is always ready to go, knows exactly what he needs to do, runs the ball hard, kind of, what what you're going to get from him every single down, and he's been great for us all camp.
Can we make a deal to keep the beard at least through week 4?
We'll see. I don't know how long this beard thing's gonna last.
Why?
It's fun for now. It's a training camp thing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. Daniel, always great to see you. We will also be talking to Dexter Lawrence. Maybe we'll do a little sexy Rexy dancing. All after this, the Giants getting excited for their second preseason game, and we'll be back. Here at Giants camp with the Dexter Lawrence, who just taught me something I didn't know. Bald heads sweat more?
Yeah, our glands are open a little bit. You
Is
know,
that glands?
Our follicles up here are gone, so
Your pores,
the-
it makes
the
you
pores
sweat
open,
more.
yeah.
That's good. That's a good thing, right? You have an excellent energy
Yeah.
about you this camp. What's the story?
I'm honestly just feeling good. You know, we competing both sides. Some days the offense wins, some days the defense win. But I think we gelling together pretty well.
I love that. You used to be the Pilates man of note in this building. I used to rely on you for being. Now you got Dable in here just stealing
Right.
your thunder. What's going on?
Hey, it's to share. It's to share.
Does he have a different energy in this camp or same old Dable?
I think he got a little more fight to him, a little more bite. I won't say fight, a little more bite.
What does that mean?
He always a fighter. He just, his energy is more contagious right now. He got this mindset of not giving a, and it's contagious, and everybody's practicing like we got something to go get.
I'm scared to ask you what you're going to go get
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know how much better you could be. Here's the numbers. 81 quarterback pressures when lined up as a true nose tackle. The next best is Derek Brown and Christian Barmore with 16. What?
Yeah, that's pretty
What
crazy.
what is that?
That's that just work.
Hold on. 81, 16. Do the math for me. What is that?
That's a lot. That's a lot more. Honestly, it's just technique and motor and want to. I think my mindset is to get them before they get me type of thing, and in order to do that, I gotta go hard every play.
Do you think about being the best D tackle in the NFL?
I don't think about it. I kind of just kind of live it in a sense. I push myself every day to grow. I write notes every day. I'm critical on myself. I ask a lot of questions because I know knowledge is the key to this.
Back-to-back All-Pro, back-to-back Pro Bowl nods. Aaron Donald is now retired, and that's why I asked you the question. I look at you and say, who are you competing with? Sounds like yourself.
Yeah, it's a daily grind against myself, and my wants, my needs got to be greater than my wants type of thing, and that's my mindset.
Who out here outside of yourself makes you the best? Give me a player.
Honestly, it's a couple guys like Bobby. He's always coming with some motivational quote or some motivation just to get your mind right. Burns,
Like he tells you that or something? What do you mean?
he just pulls me to his locker sometimes and say, "Listen to this." And it's
Bobby-O?
yeah, Bobby-O.
Give me an example.
What was it? Like 2 days ago, it was something about greatness. Like it don't wait for anybody. Like you got to go get it. It's
love
little
that.
things like that.
I love that.
And,
Okay.
and Burnsy.
Brian?
Yeah.
What's that been like?
Good. He's bringing that animal attitude to the outside backers room, and that's what we needed. So it's been good.
What's going on with his pregame hype speech? We know McKinney was that guy.
Yeah.
I shipped him out to Green Bay. I'm sorry about that. I
It's
made
all
it
good.
happen. But now you're taking over.
Mhm.
Give me a little sample of what that sounded like.
It was like today is the day we earn our respect, and this is where you put all your hard work from camp out here, and you go shine and earn a job.
Were you nervous about it? Did you think about it beforehand? Did you just say, "Oh shit, I have to let it rip"?
No, it's natural.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a little natural.
Oh, good. We don't miss you, McKinney. See, we got sexy Dexy over here doing his thing. Speaking of that, when's the first time I'm going to see that dance this season?
Hopefully week one. Week one, yeah.
Call the play. I want to
Yeah.
know. What do you want? What would be the perfect scenario for you? Who's the week one opponent? I don't even know. Who is it?
We got the Vikings.
The Vikings?
Yeah.
Okay. Set it up for me.
Let's see. Probably an early down, first or second down. So when I least expect it.
Can you teach me it?
What's the dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Teach
teach you. Yeah.
Show me. What? Oh, you don't even have. This is now in the mud with Dexter Lawrence. Teach me.
So first you get a wild base.
Okay,
right?
we're literally in the mud. He's one-upping Joe Burrow with his sock interview, by the way, just going full raw dogging it barefoot. Go for it.
No doubt. And you take a squat, right?
Okay.
And then-
Little Pilates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you do your arms back. Yeah. but like it got to be a little flow. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's elite. That's
Okay,
elite.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, if only I could do what you do. Well, that's amazing. I hope we see that very, very often this season. And I wanted to ask you about just this team as you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look at this team, and I was talking to Hamilton this morning, who's a Giants fan, born and raised here. What is this team? You know, I look at the Packers, and I'm like, young and reckless team.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the Giants, and I think you all must have the biggest chip on your shoulder. How would you describe the story of this 2024 squad?
Like you said, it's a big chip, and you know, a lot of guys been here when we made the playoffs, and you know, we know how that felt, and we know what we have to do to get back to the dance. And I think that's just the energy. You know, we itching every day to come out here to grow as a team and as players individually, because that's what's going to help the most. I'm excited. It's like I said, we've been gelling pretty well. The leadership is good. It's player led, and you know, that's the best way to do it.
I feel like I'm noticing, and I haven't been here just today, but like an edginess.
Mm-hmm.
Even Daniel Jones, the chippiness, the practice.
The beard.
How does the okay? Let's go. I mean, he brought it up, not me. How does the beard factor in? But what is the level of edginess on this roster?
Like you said, it's an edge, and
I can feel it.
Because you know, everybody, we feel like everybody looks down on us, and we don't like that feeling. So like that's why the energy every day is go be great. Like go win your one-on-ones. You know, you got to play great individually so the team can grow. And I think that's the main thing. And Daniel Jones he's the man.
He's the what?
He's the man. I say he grow because he's a man.
What is that? Tell me about Daniel Jones, the man.
Like you said, like he's letting his personality show a little more, and
I'd love to know what his personality is, Dexter. Tell me.
That's Daniel.
Why are we laughing?
Because his personality is showing.
What is that? I'd love to tell me about it.
He's just a guy that he's not letting the pressure overweigh him, I think, and he's just free flowing a little bit more, and I think that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing.
Last one for you. You said it's player led, which I love. The leadership is player led.
Mm-hmm.
Is Daniel Jones one of the leaders?
Yes, he is.
What is his leadership style?
I think it's more of his actions.
Okay.
You know, I see him go in the weight room and crush it damn near every day, and he brings his receivers together, the O-line together to watch extra tape. It's just like it's an overflowing of leadership.
Okay, good.
He's been a leader since he got here, and
I think he doesn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I love that you're saying. Can he do last one? Do you think he could do the sexy Rexy as well as I did?
Nah.
And that's why we love Dexter Lawrence. People forget that this team won a playoff. I think if I went outside to even Times Square, wherever, and said, do you know that like within the last 2 seasons they won a playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings? 99 people out of 100 would say no, and I think that's absolute BS.
Mm-hmm.
So make them remember.
Yeah.
Go do it. Hey,
Got you.
Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you.
And marriage to your beautiful wife.
No
Did you do the sexy Rexy at the wedding?
No, I didn't.
That would have been me after a couple tequilas at the bar. All right, we will be back after this. We've got more guests here at Giants Camp. And yes, it turns out bald men sweat more.
Yeah.
I'm here with Kayvon Thibodeaux, 11 and a half sacks last year. You're just 23. Is there another level to your game is the first thing I want to ask you.
Definitely. I think as long as I'm playing in the league, you got to keep getting better, keep ascending.
Yeah, you're pretty scary. You're pretty intimidating, Kayvon, I got to say.
I appreciate that.
You've got presence.
Thank you.
You making it hard on Daniel Jones out here?
Trying to. That's the plan.
Have you noticed anything different about him this year other than the beard?
Man, he's just continuously growing. You know, I feel like he's the same guy when he steps on the field, but when you talk about his intent, you know, he got a chip on his shoulder.
Kayvon, it's hard to believe you're only 23. I think you have a veteran presence. You always have. Talk to me about the camp. I hear there's ping pong going on. I haven't heard chess, though. You're a chess guy.
Nah, it's not too many chess guys here this year. Yeah, a couple guys left, so, you know, I haven't really been playing anybody on the team. But
Really?
I've been on my phone playing.
You play on your phone?
Yeah.
In the Bengals locker room, Joe just plays by himself. Burrow just sits and plays by himself. I don't really know how to do that.
Yeah.
You don't know. Yeah. Okay, well, tell me about somebody on the team that you want to shout out and give love to. Somebody that maybe doesn't have an 11 and a half sacks, isn't a household name.
I would definitely say Nick McLeod works. He's a guy who's going to be stepping up. He made a lot of plays on special teams over his career, and now I feel like he's really going to get his chance to go out there and shine on defense.
Is there a former Giant whose tape that you like to watch?
I mean, Michael Strahan, of course.
Do you watch it like often, or just you have before?
No, you just kind of watch it. You watch it for, motivation almost, because like the game is a little different, so we're not doing the same things. But when you see a guy like that play, it fires you up.
There's certain teams, and I have a list here. There's certain teams that have, it's just more meaningful. There's legacy at certain positions. Strahan, of course, one of them. I was looking at Niners, right? Jerry Rice, T.O., Debo. Packers, you've got Starr, you've got Favre, you've got, Rodgers, now Jordan. Giants with the pass rushers, Huff, LT, Strahan, Tuck, OC, JPP. What does that responsibility feel like to you personally?
It's greatness. You've kind of been passed the torch just indirectly and just being on the team. So now it's like being drafted top 5, and now we got Burns. It's like it's there. The ingredients are there. We just got to continue to bake the cake.
When you say that there's another level, more than 11.5 sacks, all of that, is entering your third year play into that? Like, what happens to a player in their third training camp?
You've seen it and you've done it now, so you know what feels right, you know what feels wrong. So it's like continuously having days where you're doing the right things and you're putting it all together. So it's like you're not just made by the plays you make on Sunday. It's all the, practices leading up.
Saquon's not here. I feel a little something missing as far as the soul and sort of the identity of the team. How is Singletary doing? How's it going without Saquon in the locker room?
I mean, everybody's doing great. I feel like the teams always change. No year is the same as the next. So I don't feel like identity's lost. I feel like, it's just different players are stepping up and different identities are being brought out.
I'd love to know, how would you describe the identity of what this team is right now?
Hard workers, no egos. We don't really have a lot of superstars, so it's like everybody's kind of doing their part in building a foundation for the future.
I mean, you said the other day, because you were mic'd up, and I heard it, and you said, we're going to let them know.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Well, we were in a joint practice that day, so it was just, coming out and showing our identity to the other team and, not just talking about it, but being about it.
Dexter was talking about Brian Burns. Can you tell me what the addition of him has done to this squad, the impact?
Great pass rusher. He's gave a little more balance to the defense. Right now we have somebody in the middle, somebody on the left, somebody on the right doing their thing, and we're able to, put pressure on the quarterback. You
guys, you're a powerhouse together, but you've also been building sort of a bond and a camaraderie, of course. Have you taught the Florida boy about West Coast hip-hop?
Yes, a little bit. There are some similarities, but, when it comes to old school, he's definitely tapped in. So there's nothing really old school that I have to show him, but all the new school stuff I've been putting him up on game.
Were you in the recruiting of him, or how did that go?
Well, as far as him coming to the Giants?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
No.
I had no clue, yeah.
Not part of that at all?
No, well, not
Hamilton, what were you saying? Oh, in college you were part of recruiting.
No, so
him.
he hosted me at
you.
Florida State when I was in high school.
So have you guys talked about that?
Yeah, so he recruited me, I guess, at Florida State.
Have you guys talked about that now?
I mean, we
really?
kind of reminisced the first couple of days. Like, man, it's definitely a full circle moment, but it's been good.
He's edgy. I feel like there's a little bit of edge. I was talking to Dexter. I'm trying to think of the word that I want to use to describe this team when I'm on TV, and edgy seems to be the one I come up with. What's the word for you?
Edgy's a great word. I like edgy.
On
yeah.
edge?
On edge,
Are you on edge, Kayvon?
Yeah.
You seem very calm.
Yeah, I'm calm right now, but I'm definitely edgy.
Preseason?
Well, I like to stay calm.
Yeah.
I'm probably not edgy, but
No?
everybody else is.
What gets you going? What gets you mad?
Nothing really gets me mad. It's kind of, you got to be calm to make the right decisions and make plays. So I always say, like, happy muscles are strong muscles. So a happy mind is a strong mind.
Happy muscles are strong muscles. A happy mind is a what?
Strong
is
mind.
a strong mind.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a good motto for this year, too. I feel like this team's getting really overlooked. I love that.
It's good, yeah.
Undersell, over-deliver, my big thing.
Yeah.
Why is that good?
I mean, it's good because, when people look back and they see the good things we do, it'll make them happy rather than looking back and, other teams won't, be as high as everyone expects. And that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, go and get it. Shane Bowen.
Great coach. Love him.
What else could you tell me his impact on this team and maybe for your position personally?
I would say he's a defensive coach, in his soul. So when you talk about like knowing each position and the identity of each position before, at the coordinator spot calling the plays, he's really good at it. He can help in every room, but I think it drives, how we play, right? And it drives the style and it drives the intensity. And when you see him, call a game, he's super calm. He doesn't get too up or too down. So it gives us that poise to go out there and play.
Kayvon, I'm surprised that you said there's no stars on this team.
Yeah.
You're the star on this team. Do you identify with that?
Well, I think it's more of a there's no divas when I say stars. There are no people who play for I. Everybody's kind of team guys, and they're for the greater good. Even include myself. Like, no matter how much we shine on camera, do things like that, every day is still about the team. So as long as we keep that mentality, we'll be able to kind of go further.
I was in Philly, and I heard a lot when bringing up Saquon, just leadership. He brings leadership. He's a vocal leader. Who's sort of stepping up as the vocal leader more this season on either side of the ball?
I feel like it's a lot of defensive guys right now because we've been together, the longest.
I like it.
A lot of new, younger offense guys coming in. Everybody leads differently. I think, the old school way to lead is to yell at people and to scream and to do all that. But honestly, everybody has seen everything under the sun. So, putting the work in is what people see the most.
I love that. Are you good at ping pong?
No, I'm not that good.
You don't play? You're more of a chess guy.
Bit,
See, we need to find you a chess partner on this team.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Maybe we should talk to Joe Shane. We need to draft somebody, and that needs to be part of the criteria. Like somebody who's got a high pedigree when it comes to chess.
Yeah, maybe.
My producer wants to know about your travel. Look at this board. Look what this says. Let me see that.
Spain, France, Mexico.
Where didn't you go this offseason?
Yeah.
I feel like that was all just to influence.
Yeah, it definitely was. So I've been traveling. Definitely this offseason was a big travel year for me. And definitely grabbed some fits from those places. So.
What's the Germany fit? Let's talk about it. Munich, Panthers.
Oh, Munich? I'll probably go get something from Germany. We'll be out there today. I haven't got anything.
You're going to pick your outfit in Munich?
Yeah.
We might have Kayvon Thibodeaux and some lederhosen?
Once I find out what lederhosen is, maybe.
Love that. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're so beyond your years. It's unbelievable to me. But
thank you.
I'm
She's
thinking
calling me old.
17 sacks.
Yeah.
18, 19. Stop me at the number. Like Price is Right.
Whatever.
You don't even know what the Price is Right is. Do you know what the Price is Right is?
Yeah. They run around and they guess the price of items. Yeah.
No, I don't feel
bring
that
her
old.
Bring her into negotiations.
We'll be back after this. Super fun day here at Giants Camp. I got to say, it felt very New York blue carpet, red carpet VIP. For us, small group, close family, friends, babies, Malik Nabers jerseys. Of course, it was Dable's kid. We knew from Hard Knocks that Malik Nabers, the rookie wide receiver, was a Dable guy. Shane says it's his guy too. And the Giants are going to embrace this kid who knows that he's been following and tracking the Odell footsteps for a long time. Gave us a great story about Odell and him at an exchange that was years in the making as he enters his rookie season. So very exciting to talk to him. He was certainly a standout. He's focused, and he wants that ball from Daniel Jones. I still feel like they're trying to keep under wraps Hamilton, the chemistry between the two, that, you're the sick pup, you're the Giants fan, you're seeing it all happen on Twitter and otherwise with great beat reporters like Art Stapleton, who I did not get to say hi to. But it seems to be the story of camp is Malik Nabers.
It really is. I mean, every single practice, there's 2 or 3 plays, him making one-handed catches, him making all these crazy things. So I think there was a little bit of disappointment that he didn't get a target in that first preseason game. But to your point, not the worst thing in the world.
He said, I was open, and I said, what does that do to you that you were open? He said, I'm showing my coaches what I can do. So he wants the ball, but there isn't, I'm trying to think of who said it, Dexter Lawrence, we don't have a star. No, Kayvon said that.
Yeah.
We don't have a star, and I'm literally are you joking? Look at Dexter Lawrence, whatever. But I think he was speaking more of the mentality, one person isn't better than the other, and I thought that was an interesting thing as far as identity on a team like this that always has a star. Yeah,
and it seems like they're a little ticked off with the way they're being perceived right now, because it's kind of that Saquon being gone, that overshadowed anything else that's actually going on here.
I think you're full of shit. I don't agree with you. Absolutely not. I think I was digging and doing really hard work this entire morning trying to say, aren't you edgy? Aren't you guys overlooked? And they didn't give an F. They didn't care. I think you're totally wrong.
When you look at the way they responded to a team like the Lions that thinks they can come in and push them around, they fought back. And I think that says
something.
That
has nothing to do with being overlooked, though. I was digging. I was reaching. They were not taking the bait. They took it when I fed it to them. And there was not one moment in any of the 4 awesome interviews that I did today that made me feel like they are buying into that or that's driving them. I think it's absolutely forced. I think it was forced on our part. You don't think so? Did you have a moment where you thought, like, let me set the record straight, or let me, like, they'll see? There was not that moment.
I thought Dexter. I sensed that moment from him.
When?
When he talked about how, he said he brought up respect before he even said anything, and I think respect is a big theme with this team. I don't think they feel like they're getting it right now.
Didn't feel it. He did the company line, I'm competing with myself. He doesn't care about the Aaron Donald. He doesn't care if he's the best. Like, if anything, I learned this team is just focused on what's inside the locker room. They don't care about what's going on outside of it, or what they're being viewed as. They're not being driven by the underdog thing. I don't know what they're being driven by. I couldn't get out of Daniel Jones what he needs to prove. I couldn't. What do you need to prove? Do you feel like you need to prove anything? Nothing. Nothing. Nunca. Never. Ever. Nada.
Yeah, and that's Daniel, as we know, and I think he's going to try to show it on the field. He tries to keep everything about what's going on the field. I'm sure we'll see him tomorrow, and the beard will be gone. Just to deflect any more questions about that.
What are the story? I mean, we didn't get to any, like, offensive line's a huge storyline.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't really get to that with anybody. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, they brought in a lot of new pieces. Evan Neal just came off the PUP list today. And I love that you brought up with Daniel, that line from Shane during Hard Knocks about, Mahomes wouldn't have been successful behind that offensive line. And, it does show that he has Daniel's back to an extent. But it is an interesting dynamic because we know they did look at the quarterback position in this draft. They talked to Daniel and told him that they were looking at the quarterback position. So you have to wonder, he knows what time it is. You have to wonder how much something like that is going to push him.
The Saquon thing is going to sting.
Yeah.
It was a value decision, which needs to be understood. It wasn't, we don't think we need him. It just became, as we all saw unfold on Hard Knocks, part of the business. Now, Devin Singletary, if you look back at Devin Singletary's games last year, like, he had a great game. Him up against Cincinnati was a big game. Against the Titans, he was running all over them. And that, of course, kills the soul of a team a la Saquon Barkley. So I would have loved to talk to Devin to get into his head about what this has been like for him in filling that kind of a hole. I think it exists, but, you can't pay everybody. It's like obviously trite and hackneyed way to say it. But it didn't seem like there's no answer to Saquon Barkley's absence.
Yeah, and that's, again, it's not just about the play. It's about what he brings to that locker room. He was the identity of this team for a while. He was the face of this team for a while. So anytime you're going through that transition, it's tough. And I give Singletary credit, too. He stayed with number 26, which has been his number. Mm-hmm. He didn't let the ghost of Saquon dissuade him from choosing that number.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a good double down right there. I like that. And then I look at, Daniel Jones. Let's, talk just a little bit about him. I, always say I'm here to get the vibe. I'm here to get the energy. I think I can tell a lot by that. You can sort of read between the lines about things as they do evolve, so everything can, go to shit or be amazing. This is the most comfortable I've ever seen him by a lot. And I think that says something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Obviously, it's his job to just absorb and give the least information, which is, I credit him for that. Mm. But as far as comfortability in his role, I felt that today, and I actually think that that's a huge deal.
Do you think it comes from the beard, or is the beard symbolic of the comfort level?
I could give an F less about the beard. Maybe I need to be a dude to understand what the power of a beard is. Chris has a beard. You have a beard. Shrift has a beard. I don't care. Charlie has a ZZ Top beard. I made a Packers guy mad because I said he had a ZZ Top beard, a personnel guy. So I don't really know. I've seen Teen Wolf. I know the power of, what some extra hair can do to a gentleman. This has now gotten awkward, and so we're going to wrap it up here. I don't think it has an effect. I don't know. We're looking for stories here, but that's how the Giants like it.
Yeah.
So I just like to say thank you, Giants, for letting our circus come to town. As we, were welcomed by Joe Shane so kindly and embraced by this legacy organization. Happy 100th year. How amazing would it be to return to the playoffs with this team, without Saquon Barkley? And I think that they have it in them, and I don't think we should talk about it. That's kind of what I felt.
You're
like,
and
let's not put, we're trying to get these bites.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lead them to water. They're not drinking, and that's a great thing.
And it always has kind of been that way here, even going back to the Eli years. Eli was never one that was about hype. He was always going to try to toe the company line. We've seen the personality come out since he's been away from the game, but we didn't really see it when he was playing. And it was always like the Jets would get some flashy new toys, and there would be a lot of hype around the Jets, and the Giants were just kind of flying under the radar. Neither of those Super Bowl years you would have expected that team to even be in the conversation.
There's secrets here. That's the way I would sum up. This is like real time. I just went through a revolving door of chaos and interviews. There's a secret about the Nabers Daniel Jones thing. There's a secret about Brian Dable and the play calling. I don't know why. I don't know why that's the biggest mystery. I don't even know. Why is that the biggest question?
Yeah, because we saw them kind of go through it a little bit last year. There were questions as to whether or not it was Mike Kafka still calling plays or whether Dable took over, and now we finally have an answer.
But Daniel couldn't get excited about it or something?
Yeah, he didn't want to. You know what it was?
Secret.
He didn't want to take away credit from Kafka or the
Probably.
other guys. That's the feeling I got from it. But yeah, it is. It's always secretive. It's always even keel.
Yeah. Okay, on that note, thank you, the Giants, for having us. Thank you to their PR team, FanDuel, of course. We had Rob from FanDuel fill in on social, and he absolutely crushed it, just welcomed to the chaos of what we do. And now, in true Daniel Jones form, I will go kicking and screaming out of New York for the rest of our journey. I do not want to leave New York. I love it here, and we'll see them against the Texans. And then, of course, their week 1 battle, don't tell me, against the Vikings, who they beat in the playoffs 2 years ago?
Yep.
I didn't get that right. I think I said a year ago, 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, all in today's show. But I was right, because even a blind squirrel finds a nut once a year. What? Bye.